and then you can start the meeting. Does that sound good?
Yes, please do that. At 6 o'clock, it's time for us to start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. We'll begin the pledge, everyone. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to this first virtual meeting of the Wayne Westland Board of Education. Is Mr. Neal on the call? If not, I will call the roll. Let the record reflect that I am here. Dr. Weaver? Dr. Weaver is present. Mrs. Walker?
Present.
Ms. Walker is present. Ms. Hines? Mrs. Medell?
I'm here.
Mr. Buckaloo? Okay, as you said, we have a quorum. We'll begin with the citizens' comments on agenda items. This is the portion of our meeting reserved for citizens if they would like to address the Board of Education on any issue that appears on tonight's agenda. This is the time. Do I see any hands? No. Okay, seeing none, I will move on to 552.20, which is a brief update regarding the district's response to the COVID-19 outbreak. Ms. Simmons, nice to see you. If you could take over. Let Jill know she's got her microphone off.
Jenny just unmuted me, so I'm good now. Okay. So this evening, I'm going to speak about some updates related to COVID-19 in the district. As you're aware, Governor Whitmer issued Executive Order 2020-35 on April 2nd. She suspended face-to-face instruction for the remainder of the 1920 school year. However, this does not translate into cancellation of school for the rest of the year. But it did mean that we had to take a different approach to how we were going to educate our students and how instruction will look in Wayne Westland. As a requirement of this executive order, a continuity of learning plan had to be developed. It had to be submitted for review and approval through the superintendent of Wayne RESA, Dr. Randy Liepa, no later than April 28th. Our curriculum and instruction department, with input from various stakeholders throughout the district and multiple departments, completed and submitted the plan this past Tuesday, the 14th. We received word yesterday from Dr. Liepa that it has been approved, and we will be fully implementing the plan starting tomorrow, the 17th. And this plan will run through the remainder of our school year, which is still set to end on June 12th. The continuity of learning plan has been posted to the district's website, and more information will be coming out on that plan to our parents in the community shortly. The district is planning to use a hybrid model of instruction using hard copy instructional packets and having learning materials available online. Students without internet access will have access to the instructional materials through a weekly instructional packet, and all students will have access to grade level course and learning documents as needed to complete their work. All stakeholders will also have access to the Continued Learning Plan Hub, which is posted on the district's website. As far as employees go, another requirement of the executive order was to continue to pay our employees. So with that, all district employees will continue to receive pay and benefits in accordance with their collective bargaining agreements. We are encouraging staff to work remotely whenever possible. So we do have essential staff coming in for items such as food distribution. We have teachers who are able to come into the building to get materials necessary to provide instruction to our students. We have custodians coming in for safety and cleaning type projects. But if there is work that can be done from home, we are encouraging staff to do so to keep everyone safe. Per the executive order, some staff may be redeployed to perform essential work throughout the district that doesn't fall within the normal scope of work. So we are working collaboratively with the union leaders to accomplish this. Again, the main task there is the food distribution piece, which we do on a weekly basis. And then when required to work on site, staff are required to complete a wellness check, which follows the CDC guidelines. It's the Wayne County Health Department's wellness check that we're following. And we have developed and distributed social distancing guidelines that we expect staff to follow, as well as providing staff with personal protective equipment. The executive order also mandated that districts continue with food distribution to qualifying students, which is every student here in Wayne Westland. We continue to utilize our current weekly drive-through food distribution process, and we plan to do that through May 4th. Right now, the stay-at-home order is through May 1st or until May 1st. So we'll do that following Monday, food distribution. Once we get word that we're able to get together in groups and buildings, we will move to our summer feeding program. But until that takes place, we plan to continue with the weekly drive-through. Those are typically on Mondays. This past week it was on Wednesday just because of how spring break fell, but they typically start at 10 o'clock at John Glenn, and we plan to continue that process, and we'll send updates every week so that no one will wonder, when that's going to change. All field trips, parents have had questions about this. So we have canceled all field trips and out of state or country trips. Principals have been sharing information with parents, and we are working with the companies to see how we can get refunds and things back to parents. So just be patient. And if you have specific questions related to that, please feel free to contact the teacher or your child's principal. Prom and graduation ceremonies have not been canceled to date. We are waiting to see what the CDC guidelines, what our governor decides as far as the stay home, stay safe order. Eastern Michigan University has not made any final decision telling us that we need to cancel at this point. We are still hopeful that these prom and graduation can go as scheduled. They are currently scheduled for the end of May and the beginning of June. But we really just have to follow what the guidelines of the government are going to tell us. But right now, we're not taking any early measures to cancel those. But again, obviously more information will be shared out as we get it. The community does not have access to our buildings and will not have access to the buildings. We've received a lot of emails asking information about picking up student belongings, but until it is deemed safe to, again, be in groups, we are going to keep the building shut to everyone except for those essential staff or small groups of staff who can come in to work, following those social distancing guidelines. Once the stay home, stay safe order has been lifted, then we will talk about a plan on letting individuals get into the building to collect their materials. I also want to thank the community and our staff again for, we have been able to provide numerous donations of hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes, touchless thermometers, and most recently goggle sanitizing stations. Those are from the high school science rooms. We were able to donate those to the police department. I apologize, I have allergies, I'm not sick. We were able to donate on a temporary basis just until the start of next year, goggle sterilizer cabinets. The police departments can use those to sterilize masks for the police department. So both Wayne and Westland have received those cabinets to utilize. And the other items that I referenced have been donated to the Wayne and Westland PD departments, fire departments, as well as Beaumont Hospital. So again, thank you to everyone. And I want to assure teachers and parents that we did not deplete the supplies in our buildings. So when teachers come in to work in the classrooms, there are still those items are still available, and when they start the next school year, they'll have items in their classrooms still left from this year. So that's pretty much my update right now. We've been sending regular communication out to families to keep them updated of things, and we also send out This Week in Wayne Westland on a weekly basis to our staff so that they have an idea of what's going on. So as changes develop and things are changing by the day, we try to make sure that we keep everyone, all of our stakeholders in the loop.
Thank you, Jill. And let the record reflect that at 6:05 p.m., Trustee Melody Hines joined the meeting. And I know that, Jill, you will have more information for us at the regularly scheduled board meeting this coming Monday, the 20th. For those people that are watching the meeting this evening, one of the reasons for this study session, quite frankly, was a run through of this particular platform to have a joint meeting. We have a regularly scheduled meeting upcoming on Monday, as I said. And then the next night, Tuesday night, will be the second round interviews with the final two contestants vying for the superintendent's seat. And we wanted, by that Tuesday evening, we wanted to have some experience with this Zoom platform so that we could conduct a meeting efficiently, and we all had some experience with it. And along those lines, we're going to go into closed session just to simulate what would happen when we go into closed session. It'll only last a couple of minutes, if that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for the board to go into closed session with Ms. Simmons and Ms. Watson, and we'll see how the infrastructure works. And in order to help out all those people that are not on the board, please stand by so that you can give us some feedback as to what you saw while we went into closed session. So I'll now take a motion to go into closed session. So the Board of Education members are going to have to be
So
unmuted.
move.
Moved by Mrs. Walker, support by Dr. Weaver. Roll call vote, Dr. Weaver,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Hines, Mrs. Madell. Have we lost Mrs. Madell? Mrs. Hines? Mrs. Hines' microphone is still muted. Now you're there now, Melody.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, gotcha. We got you now. Okay. Let the record reflect we are now into closed session.
Oh, I can't hear.
So, okay, the administrator's bringing us into closed session. What are you seeing on your end? We have several folks that are watching the meeting this evening. They can't hear us now. They can't see us now. Is that how it's working out?
No, we can hear and see you. I can see you and hear you.
Okay, Maria Mitter can.
They're gone.
Okay, I'm back. Melanie, what are you smiling for? You think we need, your microphone's off. You've got to turn your microphone on. There's Carol. Hi, Carol.
Oh, the bear was cute.
All right, how's the closed session working?
I'm here.
Maria,
We are
Look at that.
working. Can you hear me?
So cool.
Mr.
Yes.
Cox, we are working to move people to another room, so just
I was
one
going to
moment.
say, because there's still people from the community in here with us.
Yep, I'm working on it. We're
Okay.
getting them all into the waiting room right now.
Okay, wait. she's
oh, is
doing-
that, there's actually, you
It's not a
click the
break.
people over into an alternative,
and
part of the
she's
program?
Into the waiting room.
In the big room.
okay.
And Tom's having issues trying to log
We
in.
know, Carol, we're calling him.
I'm amazed.
We're calling
No,
him
no,
right
I'm telling David that.
Yeah.
now. Oh, no, Carol.
He can call
Okay.
in.
Yeah, we're
Well,
trying to-
he didn't know which number.
2, 3, 4. Oh, put me
No,
in
I
the
think we're
waiting
good. Jenny,
room.
you good?
I need to figure out the break room, but for tonight, this will work.
No, we're,
Okay. Okay, Mr. Cox, what I have done is I have put everybody else is in the waiting room. So now it is just you board members, and this is Cheryl's account, but I'm talking through Cheryl's account.
So tell me, is this simply a matter of like dragging their icon to another part of the program? Is that how you
Yes.
accomplish that?
Yes,
So it has to be done individually.
exactly.
Okay, so you can't, all right. Well, the worst comes to worst, we do that.
Yeah,
All right. Well, we can't discuss anything in here.
Right.
We just wanted to see if it works. So let's now move out of closed session. Is there a motion?
Okay.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Hines, support by
Support.
Mrs. Walker. Ms. Mandel, how say you?
Fine. I'm
Dr.
good.
Weaver?
Yes.
Dr.
Okay.
Weaver, how say you? His microphone is off, and also, so we're now out of closed
Yes.
session and back in the open meeting. So now
Okay.
you bring them back one at a time the same way?
No, I can bring them back all at once. So they all should start popping up right now.
Okay.
Okay, test. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, everyone. What we've done is we've gone into a closed meeting just for the purposes of working with the software. And we had some issues we had to work out, so now we're all back at the open meeting. I thank you for being with us during that. Now the portion of the meeting is 554.20, which is citizens' comments on non-agenda items. Does any citizen wish to address the board on any issue at all?
Can't hear anything.
Oh, they can hear something.
I can't.
Maria, can you hear me? Yeah,
I
they
can
can hear.
barely hear you.
What they need to be able to do is to understand how they use the program to raise their hand or to chat. Can someone go through that with them, Jenny?
I can't hear you.
She needs to turn her computer up.
I need.
I've got it all the way up.
Okay, mine's up all the way. I think
Right
Diane,
now it's here.
Sometimes it's better with headphones.
Diane Alt would like to address the board. Diane?
I can't hear. Barely hear you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna get my headphones.
What kind of a device are you using, Diane?
Oh, I'm using my phone. I could hear it, now I can't.
Okay.
I'm gonna try putting on my headphones.
It's kind of a test for you too, to see how easy was it for you to get into the meeting tonight?
I didn't have any trouble getting into the meeting at all. I can hear you now. I put my headphones on.
Okay, all right.
But
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to address the board?
Yes, Trav Griffin.
Griffin?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, nice to not see you. Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Griffin. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to make this so I can communicate. I just want to say that speaking to the board from Florida and the resident, the community, that we really appreciate the superintendency and the board's ability to carry on the business of the school district. And I wanted to try to see if I could do this from Florida. Jen is trying to help me so you can actually see my face and talk to you. So could you hear any of that?
Yeah, we can hear all of it very plainly. Probably at the lower left-hand corner of your computer screen, you have something that looks like a camera that's got a line through it. If you simply click that, you would start the video portion and you would be able to transmit at that point.
I just
There's no camera.
no camera. It's not coming up. I don't know.
It's like there's a microphone icon and a little camera icon in the lower left-hand corner, at least of my screen.
Now, hang on.
Start video.
Start video, that would be it.
Yeah, but it won't. I'm clicking. Oh, wait a minute. There
There we go. There I got you, Mr. Griffin. The first message of photography is you can't have the light behind your head though, because it looks like you're coming in out of the sun. So you'd have to turn, in the future. It's not necessary tonight.
On the other side. I'm going to do that right now. hang on, I'm gonna sit down over here and turn the light. Now, that makes a difference.
That's perfect. So that kind of gives you an idea where you can see that Dr. Weaver there is somewhere in outer space.
Now, I do have one question I'd like to ask, and that is, I know that you're going to interview the candidates for superintendent online. Is that correct?
Yes, the same format.
So we'll be able to watch that and also participate in the format, whatever way the board sets the rules for it. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes. And in addition to that, you will be able to come into the meeting just like you've come into this meeting tonight. You'll be able to watch all of the proceedings. And you will also be able to make a comment for the board simply by clicking on a web address that's called soupsearch@wwcsd.net, which is an email address that the district has set up specifically for persons who wish to comment on the candidates or make a comment to the board before the board makes a decision on what they're going to do. They will have the opportunity to review all of those comments that's sent into that email address. So you'll be able to watch the entire interview. You'll be able to learn a little bit more about these candidates by listening to what they have to say. And you will be able to offer your comments to the board before the board makes a decision on how they're going to move forward. So all of those things will be available.
I'm not that computer savvy, but with Jan, I hope I can make this work. Can I do what I want? And I appreciate the board having the opportunity to let us do this. So I was just hoping I could get through and maybe on the board to interview the candidates. I'd like to watch and listen, and maybe I will share a comment if I can figure this out with Jan's help. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Well, you're welcome, Mr. Griffin. Nice to talk with you. For those that are interested in attending not only the meeting this coming Monday, which will begin at 7 o'clock as is customary, but also the meeting the next evening on Tuesday, all you have to do is go to the district's website. As soon as you pull up the district's website, there's going to be a large button right across the top that says if you want to join the meeting, just click here. And that link will take you right into this video format so that you can be part of the meeting. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board? And I would like to find out if we can use that to make sure I find out if somebody wants to address the board. I got that last message, I think, from Jenny Johnson, but is there anyone else that would like to address the board? Or just like to see if they can make it work? Oh, okay, seeing none. Citizens' comments are over. Review and recommendations of the Board of Education. Mrs. Mendel.
This is a new adventure.
Sure is.
Boldly go where no man's gone before.
Mrs. Walker?
Mr. Cox, can you see this? I hit the raise the hand. Can you see me do that?
No, I can't.
You know, it's not coming up. Okay. I'm just testing it. I don't want anything. I don't have it.
I see Tony Spizak giving me a thumbs up. Is
Okay.
that the hand, Tony?
No. Well, there's one of those, but it's actually something that says raise and lower your hand. So I was wondering if that worked.
Where does it say that? I don't.
So if you go where it says participants and lift up the list for participants, it's at the bottom.
Now, Fred, I see you raising your thumb too.
Okay,
I
go
can
up to the
see-
bottom of your screen where it says 25 participants.
I don't, yes.
Make
Okay,
that come up.
all right, I see it.
And then at the bottom of that list of people, it says lower hand, mute me,
Okay, I got it, raise hand.
raise hand.
Okay, so now I'm gonna raise my hand.
So I was wondering if people can see when we do that.
I can't see it. I don't
Okay.
know why I can't see it, but
Okay. I have nothing tonight. Thank you.
all right, well, I appreciate that, Shauna. For those people that didn't hear what Shauna said, Down at the bottom of your screen, there's an icon that says participants, and in this case, it shows 25 participants. So if you click on that, clicking on that will open up another screen which actually lists the participants. But on the bottom of that little screen, you have the opportunity to invite someone, to mute your own computer, or to raise your hand, which is what Shauna was talking about. And if you do raise your hand, even though I can't see it, I'm just one of the people in the meeting. The person who is in charge of the meeting, in this case Cheryl Watson, can see it, and she can send me a chat, as she has when someone raises their hand. So Cheryl says, I can see Shauna's raised hands, I can see Tony Spizak's raised hands, and I think that only the meeting host can see the raised hands. So we will be able to recognize everybody that wants to talk simply through the moderator of the meeting. Let's see, okay, Melody. Melody's in San Francisco, or is that, oh, Melody. Do you have any comments, Melody? Make sure you turn your microphone on.
This is very exciting. I'm messing with these little learning this system, but this is amazing.
That the participants.
Dr. Weaver, any comments?
No comments tonight. I'm very happy that I just am happy to be a member.
Thank you, Dr. Weaver. I'd just like to say that the purpose really of the study session this evening, in addition to kind of getting some information from Mrs. Simmons, was to have an opportunity to do a run through to see how this works. And it seems like it works pretty well. Maybe we need a little bit more practice, but seeing that, I'm going to call for a motion to adjourn. And I invite everyone to attend the meeting on Monday evening at 7 p.m., which is a regular meeting of the Board of Education. And then following that on Tuesday, we will have the final round interviews and John Silveri will also be on the meeting. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Madell, support by Dr. Weaver. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you.